All right. Let me put that on real quick. I actually want to change the color up in here. All right. Mute that up. Okay. I'll be here real quick. I got my chat over here cooling. Give me a moment, guys. Gonna be starting very shortly. I'm only on here for like about 45, 50 minutes. Okay. Go ahead. Here real quick. Turn that off so anybody hear it. This is the wrong phone. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, as I'm setting up, let me go ahead and just be talking. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be back testing Euro USD. You know, Euro USD is one of my pairs that I trade regularly. Let's actually, when I'm actually all ready to go, I'm going to show you guys the trade that I just called that barely missed, and we're going to see exactly how it barely missed right before I hop on. It's not going to take any longer than 2 minutes for me to talk about that. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. I need to turn my phone. Where's my charger at? I'll do that later. Let's go ahead and talk about this USD CHF trade that I just called, and it barely missed our entry, right? So prices were pushing to the downside, and we were at a high, like a higher time frame fib level that I was looking at for USHEF. And so prices were dropping, but as price came down to 0.91874, we saw that bullish move to the upside, and that came with large volume that we were liking. So once that happened, it ended up breaking the 50 EMA as well as some structure right here on the 5-minute time frame. We're like, all right, let's go ahead and take this retracement and we'll look to buy at the 78.6 Fibonacci level before price went bullish, right? And I usually say that, hey, anywhere inside of this zone is a decent area to buy or sell trades at. In this case, we're buying, but I usually look for the entry at the 78.6 Fibonacci level, and price got there. I mean, price ended up missing that level or that pricing by literally, I will say a pip, by basically a pip. We just missed the trade by a pip. That happens sometimes. And so once that happened, price then went and took off. Like basically it went bullish off of the 71% fib. So it's all right that happened, you know. It's not the end of the world. That's just something that happens in trading sometimes. So that's just the USD CHF trade I was talking about. But let's go on over. I'm going to be back testing Euro USD. I have a trade that I'm actually eyeing on Euro USD, but I'm going to have to wait for that. It's going over to the daily time frame. I have been back testing Euro USD on my own. You know, I've been actually back testing Euro USD since, like, I'll basically say, like, basically before Christmas, like a couple of days before Christmas. And, you know, I was just back testing, you know, perfecting my craft, making sure that that sword is solid. That sword is, you know, is staying with that heat. I need to make sure, or I need to go and find out, like, this is all my back testing that I've done. So let's just all let that go ahead and play out. And so while I'm letting that play out, I need to do a little bit more adjustments over here. Give me a second. Okay, so that did that. And I'm also, while I'm backtesting, I'm also watching and paying attention to M's and W's. You know, when I see them, I want to pay attention to them and see what's going on with them, because I did used to trade them back in the days, and so I want to see how valid those plays are. And it's gonna be it's gonna be a part of like my strategy, and like when I see those type of double tops and stuff like that, when I should know when or when not to replay them, or something, like, not to say replay them, but like try them again type of thing, you know? Let me go forward. Oh, I can't? Wow, that sucks. Okay. Then let me go into higher time frame then, so that I can get to where I need to, boom, right there. So I can get to where I need to get to fast. All right, so this was my last trade that I took. It was a 1-2, and that smacked. That's nice. Let me delete those. And so since that's where I last traded at, I need my bookmark. And that's my fault, because I'm supposed to like move my bookmark to where I last traded at. And so this was the last trade opportunity, I'm pretty sure. So now I'm gonna come on over to the 4-hour time frame real quick. Oh, actually, it's not the 4-hour time frame. My bad. My notes that I took from the last time I was on here. So let me go ahead and find that text. Where's the most recent text at? It might be really this. Let me see. No, it's not. This. Yep, right here. Boom. So this is from my last backtesting session, the notes that I include. So I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna hide that again, and then I'm gonna empty this so that I have a new set of of um a new marker, like not a marker, but a new, I don't know, I don't even know what to call that. I'm gonna go ahead and delete what's on the left over here, because I don't need it right now. But just a new list of how my trades are gonna go. And so currently, and I mean, these weren't recorded, but I stay true to myself, because if I cheat my back testing, I'm only cheating myself. It's really important that you really stay truthful as possible when it comes to back testing, on what plays you would play, what plays you wouldn't play, and all that stuff. Is really important that you stay consistent, and important for that. Give me a second. Ask your mom, doing some work. So let me go ahead and bring these over here. And now let's take a look at the market over on a higher time frame. And I like to leave my trades up, although previously I wasn't doing that, but I just like to leave my trades up. But overall, higher time frame, I've been eyeing this level at 1.13454 on Euro USD for a little while. And I do notice that there is a lot of volume up here. There's a whole, this is where the point of control is at, right at that 78.6 level, which, I mean, if I go into the 4-hour time frame, even when I add more pricing into it, we could still see that there was a whole lot of volume over here. But I do know that if price ends up breaking this zone right here, I mean, this level at 1.14927, that price is just going to continue going bullish. But for right now, I'm still eyeing the market to push to the upside, to come up here before making another push to the downside, maybe even possibly just coming down over to 1.09557. So that's what I'm looking at on a higher time frame point of view. When I'm going now down to the lower time frames, let me get some music up. Hold on, give me a second, guys. Poor taste. Where are my matters? I said my matters. Where are my manners? All right, Spotify, don't play games with me. There we go. Okay, put that down a little bit. For anybody who's watching, let me know if the volume is too loud, please. In fact, I'm gonna put it right there just in case. But if the volume is too loud, please let me know once I share my sound. There you go. Okay, so like I was saying, I was looking for that bullish move. Overall on Euro USD, I want it to go bullish so that it can go in and hit that pricing that I'm looking at. So right now, took this last trade. Let's go ahead and see what the markets are going to do. Once I have a good once I have a good feeling about a trade, then I'll take it. I do see that there's a potential for a short opportunity at 1.10048, but price didn't break the structure for me to really feel good about the sell opportunity. So I'm not really a fan of playing it. There's these highs right here as well on the let me go on the 1 hour real quick actually. Like there's these double bottom right here that actually, I mean, this W, like I said, double bottom that actually played out pretty decently on the 1 hour. And then there's this zone right here. So right now price is playing in between these zones for me. And I see that there's a lot of volume to the upside right here. I see the opportunity. I see the opportunity for a short right here at 1.10237. There's like the point of controls right there. But then all I'm looking at right now is, what happens when, or if and when, price will come up and take these equal highs out, and then just drop down. I'm watching for that. Ultimately, Euro USD is bearish when you go into the lower time frame, so we do have to recognize that. But I think I'm gonna play this opportunity here on the 15 minute, like 1.10237. Cause I just feel like once price comes up to this trade right here is gonna be a loss. I don't necessarily care for it enough for me to want to trade it, especially when we look at what time it is right now. So right now it's 5 o'clock. Oh, it's 5 a.m. right there. So 5 a.m. on a what day? On a Thursday. Let's see what's up. Well, first of all, price came back down, left a large wick to the downside off of some news, and then popped up. So I'm definitely, and then it popped up, reached the 71%, and then dropped. So I definitely I'm not even going to play it anymore regardless, since it did that drop. But I am actually now feeling that if this was a fake out, that price is just going to end up pushing to the downside. Let me get some more pricing up in here. There's some good amount of volume to the upside where I am actually looking to play a trade. Let me take off this and then bring that up. And again, guys, like I said, if this is a little too loud, let me know so that I can be able to adjust my volume. Okay. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at for right now. A possible sell opportunity at 1.10237. I'm gonna go ahead and put some, well, that's not what I'm looking for, supply. All right, so yesterday's volume is right here. Price almost tapped that, and then there's volume that's up here, but it's been tapped the previous day as well. So I'll try it out. It's not the greatest look as of right now. It's already bounced off of the 61.8 to begin with, so that's something else that I should be paying attention to. But I'll see how price gets up there, because I have been doing my back testing. I'm like, I want to see off of these 61.8 trades that price bounces down, if it comes back up, if it's still a decent opportunity to try to play, so let's go ahead and see if that's the case. This never hit stop loss and ended up going 1 to 3. I need to pay attention to that. Okay, so this bullish move right here does have me interested in buys. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. This bullish move right here does have me interested in price going bullish. It just bounced off of the 61.8 again and then came back down here. I don't want to play that sell, quite honestly, but I do want to bring out the point of control again. Ooh, if price gets in there, it's just gonna slip up. Yeah, I don't want to play that sell anymore. I'm gonna leave that setup there. And if the sell plays out, then I'll take note of it. But I don't want to play it anymore. This hit 61.8 already. I'm interested in this little 5-minute sell because this is a 5-minute play right here. I can already see it. This is a 5-minute sell that's just like an AB fib style right there that'll play out. That's funny, it did. All right, so price ended up going bullish. It never came back to my entry point where I would have wanted to get up into a buy at, but that's okay. And again, remember, I said that I didn't want to play this trade right here. And so this was just, it's just like a perfect example of, you know, double dipping, why I don't necessarily like it. But and just as soon as I saw price drop, like price come up right there and then drop right off of that 61.8, I'm like, yeah, I'm not here for that anymore. So good no play. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit stop loss if I would have tried to play it. Let's see. Or would it be playing with me and then end up hitting 1, 2? Oh, would you look at that? So it didn't hit stop loss and it ended up hitting this is my tuition break. That's what I call it, basically, my tuition break even, where if I play off the 78.6 and price drops down to the 61.8, and if it just rejects off of there like one time or something like that and then starts to retrace, that's when I'm like, all right, I gotta move my stop loss to break even type of thing. But price ended up hitting that 1-to-1 after I would have been, and I'm just being completely honest here, if I would have been in this trade as it would have got up here, I would have been like, yeah, this trade is going to hit stop loss at this point. I would have accepted the stop loss, and then pushed to the down. And then once I saw price push to the downside, I would have been like, oh wow, well I would have probably wanted to get out right here. And so this is something that I don't know if a lot of traders like to do, but this is where in a perfect case and scenario where I'm like, do I want to get out of the trade early if it comes back to my entry? And I usually am like, I don't want to get out of the trade early, because the reason why I don't want to get out of the trade early is for this exact reason. As much as I know that it's scary hours, and if I get the opportunity to get out the trade, it's a good opportunity. I don't end up losing money. But at the same time, it's like, I have a system for a reason. This is why I backtest. And so taking price to the downside, if I see it and if I'm in the trade, I just need to take it. And I just need to hold it. It's either stop loss or take profit. That's how I really look at it. But there might be some other people who are like, yo, if I see this all happen and price comes to my entry, I'm getting out the trade. And whatever happens, either or, you know, it could work for either or, different mindset for different individuals. But for me personally, once I step into a trade, it's kind of like either A, let it go and hit your take profit, or B, let it go hit your stop loss, but don't get out early, because I just know my personality, and me seeing it go to the downside or go to an area where Malikum Salam, to an area where I'm really not seeing and my probabilities aren't that high for it to drop to the downside, maybe that's when I'll get out of a trade early or something like that. But at the same time, it's like, if you have your system and you're trading your system, you have to stick with it. You have to stick with that system. Let me text it real quick. There we go. So that's kind of like where I'm like, although I specifically said I wasn't getting into this trade, I'm highlighting it and I want to pay attention and see what else happens. You know, but That's just, again, this is just a good example as to why I like staying in. If I were to have taken the trade, it's just a good example as to why I'd want to stay in a trade, because it'll have me in the first half, but then end up dropping to where I need it to go. So, lower time frame, would I play this? I'm not entirely sure, quite honestly. I do not think I would play this little smaller time frame play. Let me see what. I really doubt that I would play this. What time is it over here? 6:30. It's tough. It's tough because if I were to play it, it's right above that level still. There's not a lot of volume right there, and there's more volume to the upside. And I'm still waiting for price to push. Let me move that out of the way. Waiting for price to push to the said upside. And there's even another trade opportunity that I'm seeing right here from this high to this low, where price could potentially come up to 1.10990 and then drop. And even after that, or even before that, there's still this possibility up at 1.10474. There's not really much volume here. The volume is just looking basic on the 1 hour, in my opinion. Let me get rid of this fib real quick and let me take a look at this opportunity I'm looking at. Off of this zone, price pushes to the upside. Those equal highs, I'm still looking at those. So what I'm really basically seeing is that price could, like from here, price could just potentially come up to 1.10474 and then drop to at least make my 1-to-1 move. I'm still seeing that. I'm not really convinced about this high being like just holding and then price just continuing to fall. I'm not really convinced about it. And if I lose this trade, I'd be entering right into another trade right after. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that. Of if I lose a trade, I hop right back in it. Or I hop back right into the same pair. I don't know why. Psychologically, I don't really care for those type of plays, but I do see this opportunity right here. And especially the time that we're coming into right here is 6:30. So it's about to be it's about to be New York session very shortly. So you know what? Let me see what the next couple candles look like. And I'm not going on to the 5-minute because it's going to be like, oh, we don't have that much data for you to back up to the 5-minute. And I don't feel like coming all the way back here. Or you know what? Let's see if I can. Oh, perfect. I can. Well, never mind. Okay. 5-minute time frame. Good amount of volume here. If the volume slips up to like 1.10339, then it's gonna, on the volume profile, then it's just gonna continue going bullish in my opinion. And how much higher is that level from my stop loss? I don't really care about pips, but it's only 10 pips like that though. And then I get right into another trade. Dang, man. I think I'd rather, no, hold on. Nah, let me just go back to the 5-minute. Let me see how price gets up to my entry first, and then I can give you guys a decision on what I'll take. But I think I will take this trade. Why did I just do that? Dang, I low-key forgot where I was at. It was this right here. It was this right here. Okay. So, dang it, I'm kind of upset that I kind of know what's going to happen. But at the same time, it's like, we're not going to get any entry. I already saw what's going to happen. We're not going to get any entry out of anything. But I still want to see how price is coming up to over here. So, doesn't even make it there. Like I said, so this is already off top, a no-go. So now the next play that I'll be looking for is 1.10474. Yeah, there's kind of a buy opportunity here, I guess. Not really that I would have played though. It would have been scary hours if I would have tried to play that, no cap. But it would have hit 1-to-1 so perfectly. So it's kind of at the same time like, oh well, you didn't play it, but yeah, I don't even get an opportunity to play. Yeah. And so now let's see, this bullish move right here is what I'll be watching for more than the other one, quite honestly. There's lockdown at 12. What do you mean, dude? Oh man, hold on, boy. This is a trade I would have taken, first of all. So I gotta keep it real with myself. Cause I was talking about I want a bullish move. What do you mean? Why is there a lockdown? If not, then just walk home, dude. My daughter be tripping sometimes. So this is a trade that I believe I would take. I'm not even gonna lie to anybody. And I'm only going for 1-to-2s in my backtesting session. I'm only going for 1-to-2s, and I am paying attention to how much price will go up. Like if price is gonna go up to 1-to-3 or 1-to-4, then absolutely. But I am backtesting just for 1-to-2s basically. So clearly I know that if price breaks through this zone, that price is just gonna continue pushing to the downside. Like, start tripping. Give me a second. If you wanna run home, why not just walk? There you go. So yeah, let's see what goes on with this right here. I do like the possibilities of it going to 1-to-2. Pretty decent volume right there. I like that on the volume profile. So on the push down, I mean, as price was right here, but the volume was decreasing, or volume was actually low-key increasing as price was pushing to the downside, but the volume is no larger than the other day or two. So I could live with that. What's today? A Friday at 11:15. This is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I want to note that it's a Friday at 11:15. Trading on Fridays is a little iffy. So just got to be fully aware of that. Okay, so it's hit 1-to-1 right there for me. Let me just double check that. Yeah, that's 1-to-1. So stop loss is at break even. And I take 0.2% profits. So that's the first trade. So 29, 6 and 5. $15-minute bullish move. 1-to-1 hit, 0.2%. All right, and then so if 1-to-2 hits, then that means that I'm gonna make 1.8% accumulatively on this trade. I don't like using this sell and buy thing because when you rewind, it takes away all of your progress that you've had. So it's kind of like no point in my opinion. So 1-to-1 hit. Let's see what else happens. Okay, price came back, hit stop loss at break even. Wait, did it? I'm pretty sure it did. So 1.09808 and then 1.09808 is my entry. So yeah, stop loss at break even. Let's see what else happens. And then price would have hit stop loss if I did not move my stop loss to break even. So 1-to-1 hit. So that's good. And then I'm going to write stop loss hit after. Okay, go on to the second trade, or just keep moving with the market. I want to take a look. What time is it? So this trade was able to run up to 1 p.m. and then ended up pushing to the downside on Sunday. So that's something to note, that was a Friday trade. Remember that. All right, so I am proper shoes. I was just telling you, man, but so it doesn't matter. Like that's what. Ah, gotcha. Oh, you didn't take what I said anyway. Then give a kiss. There you go. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. Like I said, second trade. Price broke this structure, continue pushing to the downside. Like I said, as soon as it breaks it, it's gonna more than likely continue falling. Okay, so looking at it on a 4-hour time frame, let me get rid of this zone now. I don't need it. I kind of want to hide all of this stuff over here. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Let me hide all that. Hide this too. Okay. Dang, this doesn't look that pretty to me. Let me take off this point of control real quick. So there, I mean, I don't necessarily care for this play right here in particular. I'm probably not even going to play it, quite honestly. But from that low, this low that price made like, I mean, from here is a low, then a high, then a higher low, then a higher high. Price is it's still at a higher low level, so it can definitely hold here and then go and make a higher high, because I do still ultimately want to see price go bullish. So when I'm looking at this, it's a possibility, right? It's definitely a play that you can play real life, and if it hits stop loss, I wouldn't be mad at it, right? But let me go ahead and see. Let me give myself better reasoning as to why I should take this trade. You know, price, I mean, there's not that much volume right there, but if it pushes through that, it's definitely hitting 1.09148 fast. That's number one. Number two, I mean, let me add more pricing, and then you're going to see that there's not a lot of volume here. But if price breaks through 1.0800, then it's fizzling, like falling so hard. So that's another thing that I want to pay attention to. But you know what? Like I said, I do want to see price push to the upside overall, so that I could short it more, because I do believe that this is like a bearish market, and this is a counter trend trade. So just off rip, off top, it's much better to wait for price to break out to the upside before buying this. Like, quite honestly, if I'm keeping it 1,000, that's exactly what you should be doing, right? I, on the other hand, am gonna see what's up. This is a trade that I probably throw like 0.5 risk at it in real life. In a real life situation, I would probably put 0.5 risk on this trade. And then if it makes the bullish move that I want it to do, that retracement, I'm going to put like another 0.5 at it, maybe even 0.75. And then so I'll be cumulatively risking 1.25% of my account. And then I'll trade that. That's what I would do in a realistic situation. But since we're back testing, everything is 1-to-1. So with that being said, or everything is 1% risk. So let's see what goes down. Very, very, very nice bullish move. Oh, I love that. Very nice bullish move right to 1-to-1. Oh, that was sexy. I love that. That was very good. And I want to see how long that took actually, because this was more of a swing play, but very, very nice move. So got in the trade on Sunday at 9:15, and then it started taking off on Monday at 3 a.m. and then it went bullish and got here on Monday at 3:45 a.m. So that's pretty. I mean, I didn't have to do all that. All I could have done was this right here, and it will tell you 6 hours and 45 minutes. But that's a pretty good 1-to-1 move. All right, so that second trade, stop losses at break even, take 0.2% profits. Give me a second, y'all. All right. So thanks, Brody. Appreciate you. So with that right there, again, I'm waiting for now price to retrace back down. And then I'm looking for that bullish move on the like 5 to 15 minute time frame type of play. But oh, I need to go and write down my stats. Number 2, that's definitely a 4-hour play. Wait, was it, or was it more of a 1 hour? Let me peek real quick. Nah, that's a 4-hour. 4-hour bullish move. 1-to-1 hit plus 0.2%. Okay, so now let's see what happens here. Okay, got that bearish move. More than likely going to get stopped out, like if I'm being completely real. But again, I wanted to play the retracement off of this right here. So I'm gonna play that. And if this was a real life situation, more than likely what I would do, instead of having my stop loss at break even, real life situation, this is just exactly what I would do. Real life situation, I would literally just move my stop loss down here. So instead of having my stop loss at break even or putting my trade at regular stop loss, I'll just move it down over here, like right underneath all that price action. And then I will get, this needs to drop. I don't know. There you go. Then I will get this trade in. And again, I would put 0.5 of my risk on this. So they'll literally have the same, oh, I'm only going for 1 to 2s here. I forgot. They literally have the same stop loss. It's just different position sizes and all that stuff. And I wouldn't mind. And the reason why I do that is because I'm like, okay, I'm well aware that my trade, its entry is at jeopardy with price dropping down here. I'm fully aware of that. And I don't necessarily think that if it gets hit, that is going to keep dropping. That's how I would be thinking in that point in case right there, right? So gonna see what price is gonna do at this low. Love the breakout that it did. And so let's go ahead and move this to the left real quick. See if we get the entry. If we don't, I'm gonna be sick low key. Oh, I do not like that entry at all. Okay, so now when I see that entry, first and foremost, I mean that drop right there, first and foremost, I want to close this trade at break even. That's what my mind would tell me if I'm looking at this drop right there, you know. But at the same time, I'd be like, do you really want to get out the trade early though? What happens if this is a stop loss? Although we're starting to see, I mean, the volume associated with this drop, that's not it for me, you know. It's 740. So there's still potential for news to come up anytime at this point. It's still Monday. So let's see what goes down with this. Okay, in profit. Yeah, exactly. You see what I mean? That's why I'm saying that I would want to get out right, like with that drop right there, because it's like it's scary, but we got to see what these stats talking about. So I mean, with that wick pushing up right there, honestly, that's when I'd be like, all right, this trade that I was previously in, it's just gonna be a break-even trade. So ultimately, this trade right here, I just have it out so that I know when I go back to watch the tape, like I know that that's what your trade was. But this trade, I'm calling that I break even when that wick would have came up, but I'm still in this other trade right here. And again, this other trade in a real life situation, it would have been at 0.5. But since we're backtesting, everything is 1%. All right, so this hit 1%. I mean, this hit 1-1 right there. Scary hours. It would have had me on scary hours for reals, and I'd be like, dang, I wish I would have gone out of this trade, but at the same time, I'm not, because I have another trade that's running. And so with this running up like how it did, and again, I'm just speaking from a real life, what I would real life be doing. I'm not gonna just, I like it what I'm telling you how I would be doing, or how I'd be reacting to the markets in the way how if I was actually there in real life. You know, so when I'm seeing price make this bullish move, first and foremost, my stop loss is at break even for sure. You know, my stop loss is at break even. I'm taking my 0.2 profits from here, and instead of having my take profit just appear, now I'm moving that take profit to where my previous trade was at. So now instead of it being just a 1-1 or a 1-2 there, I might as well just take this to extension. You know, the stop loss for my previous trade, dang it, did I delete it, or did I just, you know what, let me just redo it again here. Right here. Stop loss over here. 1-2 is up here. So I'm taking this trade up to over here. Real life. That's how I would want to treat this at that point. And that would be a 1-8 for that trade, this position. Although the stop loss is at break even. So it's weird because when you have, I mean, it's the same, it's not the same position, but now the lot size, this trade's lot size is a lot larger than that previous trade's lot size. And so I'm not even mad about anything, but let me go ahead and get this down. So we got 3 wins in a row. W right there. W here. Stop loss hit break even. Number 3. W. That would be a 5 to 15 minute bullish move. I already talked it through, so I don't have to explain too much about it over here. So plus 0.2%. Okay. And again, so now let's see how this plays out. I would really hope that this doesn't come back and hit my stop loss. I think this should be 31. It's either 31 or 30. I'll go back and look at the tape later, but I really hope this doesn't come back and hit me at break even and then continues going bullish, because that would be annoying, especially with how much I would have at stake here. Well, so first of all, what I actually want to do before I move that, let's come over here. Where's 1-2 at? Because I need to get the backtesting stats, but this is just what I would do, like just in a real life situation. Okay, so no, I don't need to do all that. So let's keep it going. Come on, hit 1-2. Don't do me like that. All right, boom. There's 1-2. So just for the backtesting stats, we know that the third trade, 1-2 hit. So that means that I got total 1.8% off of that trade just for backtesting. But again, for a real life scenario, I want this to really go and hit these extensions. So let's go ahead and see what's good. Because now I'm making way more than just 2% off of that first trade that I took. I'm making 2% off of that. This has gone 1 to 3. And I'm looking to make 1 to 8 off of that trade. So that's the reason why I made it like that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go half risk here, and then I'm gonna go half risk on this trade. One of these two trades is gonna make me more than 2%. Or one of these two trades is gonna make me at least 1%, you know? So, all right, got that pushed down. This double topped and then dropped. So that's something that, again, I'm paying attention to these double tops sometimes. Want to see what they're doing. Okay, push to the downside. I see an ugly AB fib right here, but it'll depend on what time it happens that if I want to play it. And from what I'm looking at the time, I would not want to play it. The thing is going to last till lunch. Okay. This boy is, holy shit, my chest was probably legit from my chest was, wow. Okay, this boy is talking to me. Give me a second, guys. Let me see what he's, because making money off of trades is just as important as me trying to do this right now, in my opinion. Give me a second. All right, that's funny. That shit fell. It's okay. What I'm just gonna end up doing is, give me a second, guys. I need to just get a different angle on this tripod, content creating stuff. Okay, so there we go. Y'all can even see it on the camera. What's up? I'm just playing. But yeah. So there is an opportunity here that I'm seeing. I mean, it's not the, I probably wouldn't play it at this point since I'm already in a trade, but there's this opportunity for price to come down over here to 1.09577 before going bullish again. And there's this lower time frame play that looks like a sell-off on EU right here for like a lower time frame 5-minute play, but the time, it's 5 p.m. So that timing is like, I wouldn't want to play that. I'm actually going to move this over here. When did 1 to 2 hit? I think 1 to 2 hit right there or something. Yeah. But I know 1 to 2 hit off of that trade. I don't even know why. I mean, I'm just going to have it up so I can see it visually, but 1 to 2 hit off of that. So I'm not in any trades based off of backtesting. And so what I really want to do now is I want to see price push up to 1.09943 and then push to the downside type of thing if price is going to start retracing. Since I would, like, in real life be in this trade still, I would just be like, nah, just keep running up. But based off of, back testing mode, I'm like, sure, let's go ahead and see what this trade is about to do. It's a ugly AB fib. It's only the time that I'm not liking. I'm not liking the time. There's not a lot of volume up here at all. Price is just gonna keep going bullish. I don't want to take this trade. I mean, some would argue that that's a inverted head and shoulders right there for price to go bullish at. I don't want to take this trade, but I'm going to pay attention to what it does. Okay, hit the 78.6. Ooh, and then it dropped. Damn, it is what it is. It is what it is. I said I didn't want to take it, so it is what it is. And then it would have came right back up, hit me at break even. So I would have only made 0.2% on that trade. So I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad that I didn't take it. I would have only made 0.2% off of it. And then let's see what the rest of this price is going to do. So it would have hit me at break even, then continued dropping nonetheless. Damn. So it would have done a 1-to-4 after it hit me at 1-to-1 at break even, and then continue to drop. So this would have been a trade that I would have been like, man, I'm mad that I put my stop loss at break even, but I'm sticking to my strategy type of thing. So, but that's just something that, again, it's important to get it recorded on the tape and all that jazz. So let's go ahead and see if I can get at least 2 more trades on before I gotta go. I don't think I'm gonna buy this if price comes down here. I really doubt that I will buy it. Ooh, hold on. I do not really care for how this looks and the timing of it, but I do see that there's this opportunity after price broke that structure. I don't really care for this play either. I don't really care for it either, but it is in a fib where I'm like, well, price literally broke through these structures, the structure to the left, and came up. It's the time of day that would have me messed up, in my opinion. And I'm still on Monday. That's crazy how I literally just found another opportunity on the same day. But I mean, all on like between the 2 same days. It's actually kind of funny. But I don't know if I necessarily want to play this, especially after me seeing price do this and then it made a bullish engulfing candle like that. I'd be like, oh, this is scary hours type of thing if this was a real life situation. And I'm thinking in my head, what's the likelihood of me trading at this time? At this time, there's one of 4 things that can be happening in a real life situation of mine. Number 1, I'm kicking it with my family. Number 2, I'm at the gym. Number 3, I'm kicking it with my kid. Or number 4, I'd probably be out like hustling and doing some side hustle something. So those are the 4 likelihoods that I know that I would be doing in a real life situation. Glad that you're here with us, bro. Glad that you're here with us. But with me seeing that, now I'm just like, do I really want to play? Would I want to play this in a real life situation? Probably not. Probably I wouldn't even be looking at the charts at all. I don't look at the charts that much after like 5 p.m. I really don't, unless I'm in a trade. So just for backtesting's sake, and just to show exactly why I don't like getting into trades at that time, I'm going to go ahead and play this. I don't care if it messes up my stats. I talked it over with myself. And just like with every other trade, I accept the risk when I get in it. So I've already talked about how I don't like the bullish engulfing. I don't like how price dropped and then came back up like that. But I'm going to get into the trade because of backtesting purposes. Let me get rid of this. Did it hit my intuition? It didn't, but it came extremely close to it. So real life, no bullshit. More than likely, I wouldn't move my stop loss to break even because I'd be like, oh, this is going to chase the wick, yada, yada. Although I would want to. so bad. I would want to, especially with how this moved back up like that. I'd want to move it to stop loss at break even after seeing that. But I'm like, you know what? I want price to really come back down and chase that wick. That's how I would be feeling in a real life situation. Like, so. Oh yeah, after that, I would definitely be scary. And I'm like, I want to get out the trade, but I'm going to hold anyways. And that's exactly why. Boom, there we go. So now I actually do have my stop loss at actual break even. And more than likely, my take profit is going to get hit right after. Yep, there's TP1. So, and that's just the thing about this strategy, guys. Like, there's going to be a couple of times, like you guys already seen 2 times in broad daylight that I shouldn't have to take a trade, but I didn't want to take a trade, and it did exactly what I was looking at. And then it did its thing, you know, but it's like I said, sometimes just part of the strategy, and you just got to assess your risk at that point. So number 4 trades in a row, W's. That's definitely a 5-minute ugly, or not a 5-minute 80 fib. I'm gonna go ahead and put plus 0.2%, 1-to-1 hit. Okay. And the way how this looks, more than likely 1-to-2 is going to get hit. Just the way, I mean, I don't care for this 5-minute candlestick, but more than likely 1-to-2 is going to get hit. Stop losses at break even though. And oh yeah, and there you go. Stop loss got hit at break even. So that means that I'm out the trade. And I just want to get one more trade in before I hop off, at least. Okay, so there is that. But what am I doing? That's supposed to stay up there. That's chilling. I want to see what the end result of this is. It would have had me scary, and then it would have hit take profit too. It would have hit TP2 after having me be scared. CP2 hit after. So that's interesting. So basically, reason why I write that down after is because it's like, okay, what happens if you didn't move your stop loss to break even? You know, so stop loss hit after for one of the trades, and then stop loss hit break even on this trade right here on the 4-hour, but then it would have ultimately went in. I mean, it would still be in play. That third trade would literally still be like at take profit 1 area, still be in play. Number 3, 5 to 15 minute hit. I think 1-to-4 hit after. So I need to write that down actually. 1-to-4 hit after. And then so TP2 after, and if it keeps dropping, then I'm going to change that TP2 to TP3 or something like that. I'm not going to be able to get into another trade, guys. I don't think so. Just from what I'm seeing right here. Oh yeah, there you go. That's that bullish move right there. Yeah, TP2 hit after, and so it's like, just write that down. Or I don't have to write it down because it's already there, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get into another trade. 4 wins in a row, so that's pretty good. I don't know if I would play that. I don't think I would. Oof. So that means this original position is still running, by the way. Like, it never came back and hits break even. So it's still running. Came back down. I would not have tried to play that, so that's awesome. Then price continues going bullish. It's literally about to go and hit the 1-to-2 off of this original trade, off of that original 4-hour. So right now, this trade, it'd be at a 1-to-7.5. Realistically speaking, if I came back and saw the trade and it's at 1-to-7, I'm taking my profits. Like, I'm just being blatantly and brutally honest. I'm taking my profits after it reaching a 1 to 7. Ain't no way that I'm not closing my trade from there. Like, I wouldn't be able to. I'm just being brutally honest. But that was a fire trade, you know. Whether if it was this trade right here, actually, yeah, let me just do that right there. Whether if it's this trade right there or the bigger trade, which I'm not sure if I hit it or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just have it like looking like this. I know that stop loss came and hit break even before doing that move. I know that. That was loud. But anyways, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta go take my dog to the groomers and pick up my daughter for her lunch, take my wife to work and all that jazz. So this is a cool little back testing session. I'm gonna probably come back and do another back testing session like in a few hours, like in 2 to 3 hours. So you guys definitely watch out for that. Watch out for the push notifications, and let's see what happens. But this was a very nice back testing session. So thanks for hopping on, guys. Appreciate y'all.